Hey guys, welcome back to another military review, and today we're going to be reviewing Bata Takkie sneakers. Now, this is a video I wanted to do for a while, but I just never really got the chance to. However, following some experiences with the sneakers, I can finally say that I'm glad to be doing this. The other reason why I'm also excited to be doing this is because in my almost 4 years of military content, not once have I reviewed anything related to shoes, not any sneakers or boots for that matter. Well, now the time has changed. So, with my rambling out of the way, how about we talk about the history of these sneakers? Shall we? The history of Bata Takkie sneakers goes back to the 1950s, but they became popular in the Rhodesian Bush War, during which Rhodesian soldiers would wear them as they made less noise when walking in the wilderness and were more comfortable than traditional army boots. These sneakers would not only be worn by regular soldiers, but also members of these special forces, such as the Rhodesian SAS and Celis Scouts. One tactic Rhodesian soldiers did was to trim the sole of the shoe in order to avoid being tracked by enemy soldiers. After the Bush War ended and Rhodesia became Zimbabwe, the sneakers would see action in South Africa during the South African Border War. Soldiers of the Reese's unit wore them for the same reasons as the Rhodesian soldiers did and continued the practice of trimming down the soles. Since the end of the Border War in 1990, Takkies have not seen action in a war since, but are popular amongst military collectors. Well now, with the history of Bata Takkie sneakers out of the way, why don't we try them on?
And here's what they look like. So, wearing these, it's very exciting, but you might be asking me, Dawson, how are the quality of these sneakers? Well, they're actually pretty good. They're not too tight and they're not too loose, so I would say just about right. They were a little bit tight when I was first wearing them, but that's with all shoes. And eventually I was able to break into them, and now that tightness feeling is not there anymore. So luckily for that. Uh, Lacing these, so one other thing I will have to say that I forgot to mention at the beginning. And here's what the shoes look like up close. So there are some details that I do like about these shoes. First would have to be the tip of the shoes. I don't know if it's just me, but they kind of remind me of Converse a bit. So if you're looking for a Converse alternative, I would definitely say these are the shoes to go to. There's another thing that I find very unique that I do like about these shoes. It would have to be this circle on the side. It's also on the other side of this shoe right here. I'm not sure what that's for, but I found it interesting. Now, you might be wondering, Dawson, have you had any experience with these shoes, as you've talked about earlier in the video? Well, yes, I have. So, a few weeks ago, me and my mom were in Panama City Beach for a vacation, and these were the shoes I took. You might be wondering, what was your experience like? Well, it was actually pretty good. I never had any issues with these shoes. They just acted as normal shoes. They were very comfortable to put on and also very easy to just take off. You might be wondering, what are the weather conditions that you guys faced? Well, for the most part, it was sunny. There was one day where it got really bad with rain. However, luckily these shoes didn't get wet, so thank goodness for that.
I wanted to talk a bit about the weather for these type of shoes. If it's, say, sunny or dry outside, then yes, I would say that these sneakers are a pretty good choice. However, if it's raining or snowing, that's a different story. Now, if it's a light snow or a light rain for that matter, I would say that's pretty good. But if it's like heavy, if it's coming down hard, like it's a hurricane or like a blizzard, yeah, I would probably avoid wearing these shoes at all cost. But does that mean that they're bad shoes? Absolutely not. I would say that these shoes, if I could rate them, I would say a 9 out of 10, in my personal opinion. And with summer around the corner, I would definitely say these are the best sneakers to buy right now. In conclusion, would I recommend Bata Takkie sneakers? Yes. 100% yes. Whether you're into Cold War and Rhodesian Bush War history like I am, or you're just a sneakerhead looking up looking to pick up some new sneakers, these are definitely the right type for you. And with summer around the corner, I think you guys would make a great decision purchasing these shoes. So, with that all out of the way, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you click the like button down below, and make sure you comment and subscribe for more content like this. And tune in next time when I review another camouflage pattern. And this one, I'm actually going to keep it secret. I'm not going to give you any hints, so you're only going to know about it when it comes up. So, yeah, bye-bye.